Twisting copies. Got a flight of 2810s at Angels 10, call sign Dragon 15. They are pushing 15 clicks northwest of our position to check out a possible column of armor at that location. Are you familiar with the airfield?
That's 2-1, that's affirmative.
We are located just south of the control tower with multiple vehicles marked by IR strokes.
That's 2-1 is visual your position.
Roger. I'd like you to push north and attempt to get your pod on that same area. Again, that's 15 kilometers northwest of the airfield. Stay at Angels 18 and over.
That's copies.
Episode of Armored Warfare. This is Tanks the Mammeries, and today we're going to be doing a video on the new Shark Edition vehicles, which are available from Armored Warfare for the game. You can buy these for gold on the website, and I thought I'd just run through them with you. If you don't have and haven't worked your way up the tech tree to get to these vehicles in the regular game, you can go ahead and buy them either as a bundle or individually online through the Armored Warfare website. So let's talk a little bit about what these vehicles are. And I've got both the Fox and the Fox Shark here, and I'll do a little bit of comparison with them, and we'll look at the other vehicles as well. And if we're not too far into it, maybe we'll do a little bit of gameplay. So I've just logged on here. I haven't done anything to actually I haven't put any in the game. You can go ahead and put those on the vehicle, and also you can max out your crew skills. So that's pretty cool. And you know, you don't have to work your way and grind your way up the line to be able to do all that. So obviously you also get the garage slots for free, which is one thing about Armored Warfare. If you go ahead and buy these vehicles either as the Shark pack or individually, you'll see the entire line. So let's talk about these briefly. As I mentioned, from the 20th of October to the 1st of November, players will have the opportunity to get their hands on the Shark Special Edition bundles. All Shark Special Edition vehicles come with this unique camouflage, which you can see right here. Why is it not moving? There we go. You can see it's got this sort of unique camouflage. All of them have the shark mouth on them. They're sort of black and gray and red. They all come with a level 5 crew, and they all have premium status, which means that you'll get the special additions to your scores and your reputation and things like that. But one thing to be aware of, guys, when you go to buy these, before purchasing, please make sure you've selected the correct server, whether it's EU or North America. Purchased vehicles will appear only on the selected server, so don't waste your money by, if you're in North America, purchasing them via EU, or if you're in the EU, getting the North American ones, because they are server specific. So make sure when you buy them for gold that you're buying them on the correct server. Now let's talk about these individually here briefly. If you want to buy the entire pack, it comes with the Fox, it comes with the ERC-90F4, and we'll talk about them individually here in a bit. It comes with the Stingray 2. Let me get up there. It's Tier 7 Stingray 2 here, which will be this vehicle. And I don't actually have the regular Stingray 2, so this is going to be pretty fun for me. Comes with the Stingray 2 light tank, which you can see here. It looks like it belongs to a hockey team, like a hockey team vehicle here, like the Sharks or whatever. And then we have the main battle tank. Whoops, I think I passed it. The T-80, which is right here. So you get basically 2 tanks and 2 wheeled vehicles in this package. It's called the Shark Special Edition Bundle. And it comes with, if you buy the entire bundle, it's a 10% discount over the price of buying the individual vehicles. So, you know, if you're a guy who just likes the light tanks, then obviously you can get that individually. If you like the main battle tanks, you can get that individually. But if you're interested in getting all of them, then you can get the full package, which gives you a 10% discount. It comes with the Shark, the Fox, the ERC-90, the Stingray, and the T-80. The price on that is 12,500 gold. The individual vehicles, which we'll discuss here briefly, we'll start back with the Fox and then work our way back up the line. The Fox, come on, there we go, right here, is a British vehicle. The Fox was born in the early 1960s as a complementary vehicle to the CVRT series of vehicles as a result of a program to replace the aging Alvis Saladin. It's really fast and nimble, and it was one of the best scouting vehicles of its era. The Fox was produced from 1972-73 to 1985 with 325 vehicles made. The price on this individually is 1,500 gold. And let's take a look at the stats on this real quick. Now, obviously, if I were to compare this to my regular Fox here, where I have, you know, my regular Fox, I've got some of the consumables and retrofits on there, and crew skills. So the damage per minute on the Fox Shark is not the same as it is on my regular Fox because I haven't put in the crew skills and all that sort of stuff. But you can see basically it's 106 damage, penetration's 103. The damage per minute is, you know, 4,600. The reload time is 7 seconds. That hasn't changed. And basically the rate of fire here on the Fox Shark is low compared to my regular Fox, again, because I haven't put the skills in there yet. But, you know, it's decent sustained damage. It's very, very mobile. It's good utility for scouting, view range, and the camouflage are pretty darn good. And the targeting is pretty good. So basically, the British-built reconnaissance vehicle was created as a replacement for the Ferret. Modernization and was modernized for the British Army. Production began in '72. The vehicle entered service the following year. Eventually retired by the UK in the early 1990s. It's equipped with a 30mm autocannon and anti-tank guided missiles. It's a very, very powerful vehicle in a very small package. And actually, these are very, very popular with military vehicle collectors because in many places this is street legal. It's a fairly simple vehicle to operate and to maintain, unlike track vehicles. So you do see these for sale in real life quite a bit in military surplus auctions and things like that. So you could actually, if you wanted to, buy one of these in real life. And I know a guy in the UK who has one of these parked in his garage and takes it out and drives it around. So if you have any mechanical aptitude whatsoever and you are interested in buying an armored vehicle, these run between $10,000 and $15,000 in relatively decent running condition. So you could pick one of these up if you wanted to. So that is the FV721 Fox, and specifically the Fox Shark. So take a look at that, and if that's something you're interested in getting, that is 12,500 gold. So the next vehicle we'll talk about, and I'm going to butcher the French pronunciation of the name of this thing, but it is the ERC-90 F4 Shark, and apparently the French name for this is the Sage. Anyway, it's a French heavily armed reconnaissance vehicle and tank destroyer named after a type of African spear. It was developed by Pinard from 1975 specifically for export, although France did purchase 192 of them in the 1980s. It had a 90mm gun, which packs quite a punch and makes it a very deadly opponent. It's very quick. And this vehicle you can buy individually in the shop right now for 1,500 gold. So let's take a look at the stats on this. And again, the crew is a tier 5 crew, so you can go ahead and add your crew skills to that. And I also had the ERC90 F4 regular before I got the Shark here, and I have not upgraded my Shark yet. As I mentioned, same thing with the Fox there, but you can see the damage on this is 333, the penetration is 229. Sustained damage, it's not, it's not super high, but it's a reload time of a little under 4.5 seconds, or a little under 5 seconds there. Damage per minute is about 4,300. It's got decent hit points on it. My regular F4 has got slightly higher hit points, and that's because I've got some upgrades and retrofits to it. The mobility is, again, very good. The camouflage and utility is pretty good on this vehicle as well. And it's got good gun depression. It's minus 10 degrees and decent accuracy on the Shark already. My you can see the difference there in the accuracy spread between these two vehicles. So aim time, a little under 3 seconds. So, definitely a decent, fast, get across the battlefield, put some shots in and move on to the next place vehicles. So those are the two wheeled vehicles, the Fox and the ERC90. Let's get on up there and take a look at some of the tanks. We have the Tier 7s here, and that's going to be the Stingray 2, which I don't actually have. And so I'll be interested in playing this to see what it's like. I've been thinking about getting the Stingray 2 by the grind, and I just haven't done it yet. But there's the Stingray, and the Stingray 2 is a Tier 7 light tank. It was developed by Cadillac Gauge as an upgraded variant of the original Stingray. The philosophy behind both Stingrays was to install a powerful main battle tank class 105mm rifled gun on a light and very mobile, and most importantly, affordable chassis. Despite its qualities, the vehicle was never a commercial success because basically the time it came out, the market began to get flooded with Cold War surplus. So a lot of countries decided to pick up used M60s and a lot of used Soviet equipment at the time, and so these types of vehicles just really didn't do much in the marketplace. So, again, in the game, you have a fast, mobile, and lightly armored light tank with a very, very good gun. The camouflage is pretty cool, I guess. It looks good. I like the way the mouth comes out there, but it does look like some sort of hockey team's logo on this thing. But if you were interested in getting this tank individually, the price is 5,500 gold. And as you can see, again, Tier 5 crew skills. I've done no retrofitting or consumables or anything on this vehicle, but the details are as follows. So, and again, I don't have the regular one, so I can't make a comparison, but it's got decent penetration with its 105mm gun. It's got sustained damage of 4,000 a minute. Reload time is just under 7 seconds. You can get that down a little bit more by adding some of the retrofits in your crew skills. Again, fairly thinly armored, not much more than was on the ERC, but good mobility, good utility, and very, very accurate gun here with a decent aim time and quick turret traverse. So if you like running around the battlefield and taking flanking shots on main battle tanks and TDs and things like that, this has got enough speed that you're going to be able to do decent chasing of some of the armored vehicles, wheeled vehicles, things like that. So in real life, this thing was discontinued in 2012. It was made for the export market. This original Stingray, this is a replacement for the original Stingray. It entered the market in '96. It continued the brand's tradition of offering capable tanks with low acquisition and maintenance costs. The vehicle was not able to garner enough interest and was discontinued in 2012. So, anyway, that's the real-life story behind this vehicle. And now let's move on to the T-80. Again, Tier 7. This is a main battle tank, the old Soviet T-80. And, follows a tradition of very low to the ground tanks that go back to the T-54, T-55, and on up from there, T-72. It's so very low profile tank. And this one you can purchase for 5,500 gold in the shop individually or as part of the bigger package, as I mentioned. The Soviet T-80 main battle tank has its roots in the T-64 tank series. Unlike the T-72, the T-80 was not originally intended for export or wide use by Warsaw Pact and was only offered in large numbers after the fall of the Soviet Union. So these were part of the Soviet Guard regiments and were not to be offered internationally. They had a number of proprietary things that the Soviet government did not want to be exported to their Warsaw Pact allies or to other countries that were under the Soviet sphere of influence. So, the Iraqis and the Syrians and Poland, Germany, things like that. Those guys were not supposed to be given these. Now they were stationed in Poland and Germany, East Germany, places like that, but they were not given to the Germans or the Poles. So only after the fall of Warsaw, fall of the Soviet Union, did other countries begin to be able to buy these vehicles. So looking at the details of this thing, I can compare that because I do have the regular T-80. And here you can see, without any upgrades to the Shark, again, it's got good penetration for the gun. The damage per minute on the one that I have already upgraded is 4,600 versus a little over 4,000 for the Shark without any upgrades. My reload time is down to 7.64 versus a stock 8.4, so it's about a second different there. Decent hit points, almost 2,000 hit points, and you can see the rest of it's pretty much even across the board there. It's got okay mobility, not too much slower than the Stingray, but when you start turning this, it certainly eats up the speed. This hull traverse is okay. The camouflage not great. View range is certainly much less than the light tanks and the TDs, but that's to be expected. Gun depression is not very good at all. Accuracy's not great. Aim time is okay. I'll be getting this aim time down from 277 to about the same 254 there. Turret traverse is much slower compared to what I have here, but I do have some retrofits on my regular T-80. So when you, and again, your retrofit style may vary, but I typically do fast turret traverse and quicken the reload speed, things like that. So anyway, that's the comparison between these vehicles. Again, you can pick these up in the gift shop for gold, and the individual vehicle prices again are for the T-80 is 5,500, for the Stingray is 5,500, for the ERC is 1,500, and for the Fox it's also 1,500. If you want to get the full package, you get it with a 10% discount for 12,500. So those are the vehicles, and we will get some gameplay footage next. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're interested in taking a look at these, and like I said, you can get them from the Armored Warfare website, and we'll get into some games. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we're about to get into a game in the Fox here for the very first one, and I wanted to talk to you briefly about what I did to it before I got in there. And again, your mileage may vary, and you guys may want to do something different, but these are sort of my thoughts, and feel free to leave comments in the video, below the video here on YouTube, as to what you think about this. But basically what I did was, my commander is Sabrina Washington, mainly because she's got the increased view range, aim speed, camo factor, things like that. She's basically a really good scout commander, and so she's the one that I chose for this, which is basically what you're going to get when you get this vehicle. And you can switch her out for somebody else, but she's the one that I chose. As for crew, what I chose for these guys was off-road driving, which increases my acceleration across terrain. And that's because a scout vehicle, you're not sitting on the road with these things. You're going to be trying to climb hills and run through swamps and, you know, get yourself as fast as possible to the next place. So I went ahead and chose that for my first skill for the driver on this thing. The second skill was to try and do smooth ride, because this is an autocannon. You're very rarely going to be sitting still while you're shooting this thing, or you should very rarely be sitting still while you're shooting this thing. So anything that I can do to increase the accuracy of firing from this vehicle on the move is what I wanted to do. So that's why I chose smooth ride for this guy. Spin to win, it doesn't matter for your hull. It's a wheeled vehicle. You're not going to be traversing in place. Battering ram, it's a very lightweight vehicle. You're not going to be killing a whole bunch of shit with this or increasing damage on a main battle tank if you hit it. So those skills don't really, you know, apply. As for Dimitri down here for being the gunner, I chose do the twist for turret traverse to, again, if I'm trying to circle strafe an enemy vehicle or flank past him and continue to fire on his sides and rear, I want to make sure that my turret is as fast as possible to keep that gun on target as I maneuver. As far as his second skill, I chose shooting from the hip. Again, it's an autocannon. It's not the most accurate gun in the world, but the more rounds you can put on target, the better you're going to be. And so, again, anything I can do to ensure that the most rounds hit the target, even though I'm maneuvering, driving, moving around, trying not to get shot myself, I figured that was the best option there as well. So, you know, quick draw, aim speed doesn't really matter because this is not a sniper vehicle. Peak accuracy when the circle is the smallest also, again, didn't matter to me because it's not a sniper vehicle. What I'm trying to do is, as best I can, get as many rounds on target. When the gun is inaccurate, the more I can increase the accuracy, the better. As far as increasing it down to try and hit specific things, plink off, you know, stuff on an enemy tank, that's not really what I was interested in doing. So those are my choices there on the crew. For ammo, obviously I've got the Milan 2 anti-tank guided missiles. We're keeping a full load of those. I went ahead and reduced my high explosive down to 36 rounds and increased my armor piercing special effects ammunition up as high as I could. So those are my choices there. And moving over to consumables, repair kit, first aid kit, auto fire extinguisher, and mid-tier field maintenance kit. I always put an auto fire extinguisher. I don't think I've ever caught fire in this game yet, and I probably could switch out to a regular fire extinguisher, but it's just one less thing for me to think about, so I always put one of those on there. For my retrofits, and this is where everybody has different opinions about stuff, and this is just to show you kind of where I'm at. Reinforced road wheels, I would have actually chosen a Mark II or III version of this, but I don't have it yet, haven't unlocked those. So Mark I reinforced road wheels, again, movement is life in this kind of vehicle, so anything you can do to protect your mobility is the way to go, in my opinion. Internal hull reinforcements, stuff like that. Maybe I could have chosen engine housing, but as far as I'm concerned, mobility was my driving motivation here, so reinforced is very, very important. And also max speed, because again, as you're maneuvering and driving, you want to be going as fast as possible to make it as hard as possible for the enemy to get his gun on you. So that's why I chose that. I think that's a no-brainer. The other choices were Air induction pre-cleaner for hull traverse speed, again, don't really care. Acceleration, got it anyway. Improved filter systems, max speed. Yeah, I'm going to have pretty decent max speed anyway from drivetrain and from my driver skill. So not really worried about that one. Advanced supercharger, again, hull traverse speed, didn't need. Max speed, already got. An upgraded transmission acceleration, meh. This thing accelerates pretty quickly anyway, so that really wasn't going to be a choice for me. My last thing over here in technology was I could have gone with augmented optics, yeah, but Sabrina's already got pretty good vision increases there, and the vehicle's got pretty good view range, so I wasn't really going to use this as a passive scout. I'm going to use it more as an active flanking scout, so I didn't really worry about the optics. Anything I can do to boost my crew stats above and beyond what they already are at level 5 is what I really chose there. So an additional 7.5% for crew stats was my choice, just to give them every little extra bit of advantage. The Kevlar wiring, crew stats, component staves, that's probably not a bad one. But frankly, anything that's majorly going to hit you is going to really fuck up your vehicle anyway. And so, is there a whole lot on here that's going to go bad if, I don't use the Kevlar wiring? Not really. Although that's probably not a bad one. The security control package, I've rarely ever used this to sneak cap and have to worry about, the fastest way to cap one of the bases. And frankly, in this game, short of using this in the new global operations missions where you're trying to capture individual points very quickly, most PvP battles end up being really one-sided, and so having that extra little bit of ability in your capture rate is probably not as important as your ability to do sustained damage throughout the course of the game. Now, again, this is something to think about when it comes to global operations mode, where you've got to cap these points as quickly as possible. So I might switch over to the security control package if I'm going to be playing the global ops mode, but for PvE and PvP, it's not really necessary. The last one was enhanced sight interface, which again, vision range increase and component saves. Cool, but with Sabrina, I'm already doing pretty well on that. So that is my, those are my thoughts, and that's my reasoning behind why I chose what I chose. I don't have any insignias on here yet. I'm not going to do these for a test video right now, but let's go ahead, and now that you've seen what it was that I did to the Shark, hello there, let's take one quick look at the stats now compared to the regular Fox, and then we're going to jump right into a game. So here's my regular Fox, and here's the new Fox Shark. So nothing's changed there. The damage on the Fox Shark is now 4610 compared to 4602, whereas this was lower a bit ago than this one was. Reload time, again, still at 7 seconds because of the cruise skill stuff there. Rate of fire is 232.34. This one is now 234.9. So a little improvement in the rate of fire there. Hit points don't change. None of that changes. Down here, the mobility. The max speed now on the Fox Shark is 1 kilometer per hour faster. The acceleration is not 0.2 of a second faster, and the hull traverse is certainly much quicker now on the Fox Shark than it was on the regular Fox. Camouflage the same across the board. View range same across the board. Same commander, same skills. The accuracy spread is a little better now on the Fox Shark. The aim time is less on the Fox Shark, and the turret traverse is 10 degrees, a little over 10 degrees faster on the Fox Shark than it is on my regular Fox. So again, using those skills and retrofits that I showed you guys explains why there's some differences now between where it was stock and where it is now. So again, and all of that is to get this vehicle to be as fast as possible and to be able to get as much lead downrange against enemy targets as possible as I'm maneuvering. So let's go ahead and jump into a mission and see what we got, and let's hope we don't fuck this up. Operation Meltdown. Alright, Operation Meltdown, here we are. And a couple of tier 5s, a couple of tier 6s, and one tier 7. So I am the only scout, and we got a lot of heavy barrels, so this might be a very good match for me. See what I can do for spotting and all that sort of stuff. Alright, there's the missiles off. So let me get out of the way here and get to a better spot. Whoa, whoa, fast driving motherfucker. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I tell you what, wheeled vehicles are really hard for me to control in this game. What the hell was that shot? Alright, you don't want to come around this corner too far here. Where the fuck did that one go? That was weird. That missile just went way off in the middle of nowhere. That was really crazy. Okay. Alright, so we don't... What we really do not want to do is we really do not want to get shot. Like that. Ooh. That was pretty cool. We'll let him take care of that. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go try and take care of some other stuff. Let's see if we can get a little higher up on the hill here. Yeah. Gotta tell you, man. Don't want to drive these things so super fast that you lose control all the time. Ooh, I thought I spotted that fucker.
Well done. The dam has been secured. Black Company. The enemy has refocused their efforts on the reactor infrastructure. They are trying to overrun the control. Stop.
Run down there and get this other one. Whoop. Was that good? Oh, he was able to hit me. Oh, I didn't want him to do that. Can I go get that other stuff? getting shellacked. See, kind of, I was already starting to turn and it just wasn't doing it. Gotta be very careful about how fast you end up getting these things too if you want to start maneuvering. I'll tell you that. It doesn't really work.
Well done, Black Company. We are scrambling bombers to repel the invasion. No panic.
Yeah, see. Oh, maybe I can use my missiles for that. Try and get to a spot where I can use my missiles. Let's see here. It's going to be artillery somewhere. Oh. Yeah, driving. We'll learn it eventually. I'll go back to guns. All right.
Well done. The control facility is secure. The enemy is going for an assault on the reactor extraction. Protect it at all costs.
Come on. Oh, there's our... Okay, there's artillery. Let me go fucking get that guy. Man, this thing spins like a motherfucker. Almost too much power in it. Trying to keep it running straight. Where's that fucker coming from? I know they're over here somewhere. You guys probably pointed out to me in the video where I went wrong with this, but I know they're over here somewhere. Right? I mean, I saw the shell fire. There we go. Let's see if I can get in there and help these guys. Can't do anything about that. So we'll just leave him alone. And back over here somewhere. Where's that fire coming from? There. That's what we want to shoot. No pen? You motherfucker. on.
Well done, Black Company.
There we go. All right.
You have saved us all from certain disaster.
So, a couple things about this vehicle. We'll do the post-game stats here in a second, but a couple things about this vehicle. Again, super speed, very hard to control at high speed. Do not get hit. Carry yourself a repair kit, and you know, be aware that the amount of ammo that you have will probably not take out a light tank. The rounds in the magazine are probably not enough to take out a light tank. So just be aware of that. It does not have a very high magazine capacity. Let's see what the post-game stats are here. Alrighty. So, I didn't do the worst, but I certainly didn't do the best. Spotted 20, which is pretty good. That's about where I wanted to be. Didn't do a lot of damage, but again, not a main battle tank, so not real concerned with that. Assisted on 8, so pretty good. Again, I fired 68 shots, 53 landed on target, 15 were misses. Part of that was me trying to get up and down, gun elevation, things like that. So I'm not real fussed with it. Let's see here, where'd he go? So 1,700 on the move versus 4,000 stationary. Again, want to try and keep these numbers up as high as possible, and do everything you can to get around sides and rear, things like that. But you've just got to make sure that if you're going to be taking something on, that you're taking something on that's already had some damage to it, because the amount of rounds you have in your ready magazine are not going to be able to kill a fully healthy vehicle. So, and you don't want to sit around and take shots from him. Anyway, so that's where we are on the Fox. Let's go take a look next at the ERC-90 F4 French African Spear. As you can see, I haven't done anything here with this yet, so we'll get some crew skills, retrofits, consumables, etc. in there in a second and get into the next game. Okay, so went ahead and got my crew skills and all that sort of stuff up. We'll make a real quick run through that, and then we'll go ahead and get into a game. So, commander on this is Philip Holzclaw. I could change that guy, actually. I don't have a problem switching him out to Sabrina or one of these other guys. But for now, we'll just leave him as Philip. And take a look at there. So, for my crew, again, similar to what I did with the Fox for this thing, smooth ride, so firing well on the move, which probably not going to do that much of, but it's wheeled vehicle, so want to be able to, if I am relocating, have to take a shot, doing whatever I can to improve the accuracy. Off-road driving, again, more concerned about off-road driving, acceleration, things like that, being able to move quickly across the terrain. For my gunner skills, peak accuracy, because this is a smaller weight gun, it's not a 105, it's not a 120, it's not a 140. I do want to be as accurate as possible with this gun as a sniper. So I did my peak accuracy there, and then also my aim speed. I want to be able to get my aim speed down so I can take shots as quickly as possible, because if you'll notice what I do in a minute with my retrofits, you'll see my idea is to get the aim time down as quickly as possible and be able to put as many rounds down range as accurately as possible with this gun. So moving on to ammo, I went down to 5 rounds of HE just in case I run into artillery or something like that, and don't really, don't carry a lot of that. Or if I'm going to be hitting some of the secondary targets. Heat, at tier 5, heat does work. So I've kept 10 rounds of heat there, because if it penetrates, it does a lot of damage. 200 millimeters of penetration, and it does a decent amount of damage. So I've got 10 of those rounds in there, but the majority of my gun is going to be firing these armor-piercing, fin-stabilized, discarding sabot rounds, which is the M669 90mm rounds. So I've got a 37 load of those in there, so 15 non-sabot rounds and then 37 sabot rounds. Consumables, my standard repair kit, first aid kit, auto fire extinguisher, mid-tier field maintenance kit. For my retrofits, don't have as many slots as we had on the Fox there. So for my first one, I did the gyroscopic stabilizer. Again, rate of fire and aim time. So I want to get as many rounds downrange as possible to cause as much damage as possible, and I want them to be as accurate as possible. So that was my choice there on my universal slot. Armor slot, again, road wheels. This is a wheeled vehicle. I want to be as mobile as possible for as long as possible, get out of the way of any bad guys. So that's why I chose the reinforced wheels. Probably could have done the engine housing again, reinforce the ammo rack, something like that. But again, mobility to me is life in these wheeled vehicles. As far as my firepower slot, because I'd already used the gyroscopic stabilizer here, and I didn't really, have much care for anything else. It's already pretty mobile. The turret traverses pretty good, all that sort of stuff. I'd rather have more damage downrange with this 90mm gun, because there are some other vehicles at this tier that are pretty hard hitting or pretty well armored, and so I wanted to have a gun that would do as much damage. So I chose to do the chrome barrel lining, which again increases my damage and also again improves my overall accuracy. So that was the reason that I did that. So let's go ahead and jump into a fight and see what we can accomplish. Another hard mission there, and it's theoretically Banshee. Yeah, it's Banshee. Alright, so let's see what happens. Okay, so there's only 2 guns in this fight. 2 big guns, big barrels in this fight, and that's me and the XM1. So the rest of it is 3 armored fighting vehicles and 1 TD. So this may not be an easy fight for us. We don't have enough steel. Yeah, we're probably not going to win this one. We do not have enough steel on the ground. Unless they've changed, and I haven't played this map in a while, so unless they have changed the humongous waves of enemy that come to you at the very end of the fight, we will not win this. But we will do our best and see how this gun repairs.
We have to break their hold on this and teach them a harsh lesson. Blackham, retake the oil refinery for the light.
Got some shots in here. No effect. That is not a good sign right off the bat. Whoa! Wow. Okay. A little bit of hit on that one. Decent reload time, 4.5 seconds. Alright, we're starting to put some damage downrange now, but there we go. Well, those first couple of shots, not good, huh? Cap that out. What's that fox doing just sitting up there? Oh, okay.
Identify.
Yep. Alright. Sorry about that, Bagel Panzer. Man, you don't want to sit in that fight. You don't want to sit up there, XM1. Hey, BMP, can you get that fucking guy? go on the other side. I think I've got the best chance of fucking actually surviving this if I get to the other side. So let's do that. Although I'd probably do pretty well with this gun up top. Shots on that guy, do I? Knocked out a crewman. Just sit right here and keep shooting these guys. Oh my god, how hard is it going to be to kill these fucking guys? Give me a side. That's where this gun is not strong. Oh. Just not happening. Wasted too many shots on the fucking guy. Come on. Why can I not fucking kill this guy? Where? Right there. Wasting too much time fucking around with that. Shit. I poke out again. Yeah. Oh shit. That's why you want a gun that's really accurate. Oh shit. Missed. Okay. Let's fucking shoot that guy now. I don't see how, but... Oh, fuck. I gotta get out of here.
Identify target.
Ooh, boy. Alright. His barrel's not looking at me. No, fucked. It is now. Thank fuck for that. Try and run away. Shit. Can I get out of here without getting hit by anybody? I don't know. He fucking tried to kill me. Son of a bitch.
Identify target.
Oh, fucking toast. Can I get below the fucking... Oop, maybe. Maybe, maybe not. I probably won't get away from this fucking guy. My engine's fucked up. Oh, come on. What was that bullshit right there? Okay.
Identify target. Oh, well. Too late for the hydro pump.
Yeah. Well, you used to be able to fucking spot cat from up here.
Identify target. Identify.
Coming for me. is it? Fucker's down here somewhere. I won't be able to cap it out in time. And there's still shit tons of people on cap, I'm sure. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Oh well. Not enough steel in that game.
Very disappointing, Black Company.
Yes, it is. Very disappointing. Anyway, that's where we are. I find that a tough map. You know, leave your comments below, but I find that a tough map. There's just so many bad guys, and you've really got to have challengers and shit like that to go toe to toe in that small area because there's no lanes of fire and things like that. It's just, I find it really tough. Anyway, let's do this. This is a pretty long video, so let's stop right there. We'll come back and do another video on the other two vehicles. We'll talk about the crew skills and some of the setup I'm going to have for those. But as you can see, the reason I ended up being top on this was because I was the last guy alive. So that's not a tribute to my playing skills or a testament to my abilities. So, you know, whatever. The BMP, good job to that guy. He was fucking spot on, man. Trying to, at the end there, trying to just stay spotted. So, good job to Thalos for that. Thanks. Anyway, so you can see I missed 5 shots. Most of those were for hitting shit that was in the way of the round going down range. This is definitely a sniper. You want to make this as accurate as possible, and we'll go from there. So anyway, guys, stick around. I'm going to do the other two vehicles, which will be the Stingray 2 and the T-80 in the next video, and we'll go ahead and get those organized, loaded up, get the crew skills up and in place, and the different things I want to get installed and retrofits and stuff like that. And we'll talk about those vehicles and have some gameplay with those next. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. This is Tanks for the Mammeries. We are doing the video today on the Shark Special Edition vehicles, which are now available through the 1st of November in the gift shop on Armored Warfare. You can pick those up. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and feel free to leave comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.